Body slings.
Body slings. All right. Body slings, look, I think body slings has probably gone out of fashion.
Vogue? Yep.
Out of vogue.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
well, we won't talk about
They
that.
are still there. I'm
okay.
going to give you what
Yep.
we now understand.
Give us the Reader's Digest version of body slings.
So I've spoken about fascia.
Yep.
Okay, or the myofascial system.
Yep.
Now, there's a guy called Thomas Myers,
Yep,
who is came from a Rolfing background, which is a hands-on sort of practitioner sort of thing. Thomas started to look at the body in a longitudinal way rather than a dissected way.
Longitudinal.
So from head to toe.
All right, okay. As opposed to let's cross-section it and cut out muscles and have a look at this muscle. Yep.
So he actually got in and started looking at cadavers, and rather than cutting across this way, he cut up that way.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
And he has found about 11 continual lines of myofascia, so connective tissue and muscle, okay, that will run from the foot all the way up.
All the way up.
All right? And some of them have specific roles in terms of mitigating force in sort of backward and forward motions.
Sure. Okay.
Some of them in side-to-side motions, some of them in rotational motions. Now, I spoke about body slings, and some of the body slings that we understood back then have a bit of a carryover to what Thomas has actually physically removed from the body.
Right.
He has removed what he calls the the superficial back line.
Right, okay.
Okay, so the muscles up the back of the body. From the big toe, through the plantar fascia, all the way through the calves, the hamstrings, the sacrotuberous ligament, the spinae, the rectus spinae, all the way over to just above the brow line is one continual line of fascia with pockets of muscle.
Yep.
Okay, that is there to mitigate stress from one end to the other, be it from top down or bottom up.
Right, okay.
Okay, so we now understand that they have developed to enable us to maintain positions and create movement and dissipate stress and all that sort of stuff. Okay, and speak and communicate in because it's proprioceptively rich tissue.
Right. Okay.
All right, so we now look in terms of myofascial lines as opposed to body slings.
Slings, yeah.
There is a carryover.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, the research is a little bit different, but Thomas's work is leading anybody in the world at the moment in terms of how the body uses this, what we thought to be innate tissue, as part of its dynamic nature.
Right. Okay.
All right, and it's pretty powerful in what it does. It can be subtle, but that subtlety, like we've spoken of before, is powerful in the end result.
Yeah. Amazing.
Okay.
All right. Upregulation.
Upregulation. So upregulation.
And these are some of the terms that we talk about in the DVD, don't we?
We've spoken about them in the DVD. Upregulation is like, say I'm talking about doing a leg extension.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, is a very down-regulated exercise.
All right.
Got it? Because it's one joint, maybe a couple of muscle groups.
Yep. Okay. Very isolated.
A little bit of proprioception there.
Yep.
Okay. We can upregulate from that by bringing in more motions that facilitate greater extensibility through the whole body.
Yep. So upregulation is really using more
of the body.
More of the body in the motion.
Yeah, in the motion. Whatever the motion is we want to achieve is using more of the body.
Yep. Okay.
It's pretty simple. It's just another word for sort of, I suppose, proprioceptively enriching an integrated movement.
Yep.
You know, like bring it all together.
Yep.
You know, it's just a basic word.
Multi-jointed,
full extension, full integration of everything, getting the stimulation through the proprioceptors.
So it kind of gets back to that natural movement.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I know, I used to have this joke running with you about, like the wood chop. How you should just get trucks dropping off wood at the gym. At the gym, and you get people doing wood chop all day. Yeah. And then you sell firewood out the front.
We could do that. I'd probably make more money. I buy firewood and it's not cheap.
So, but the thing is that, the wood chop's actually a variation of that's one of the exercises we do in the DVD. Yep. And it's a multifaceted
Yeah, exercise.
Exercise.
And it's integrated. And look, again, you can down-regulate that exercise if there is, for some reason, a need to.
Yeah, you could.
By maybe switching off the pelvis, not using the pelvis, and just using the trunk.
Sure.
Okay, but again, we know that the body works better.
Why would you want to do that, though?
Yeah. Why isolate something? It doesn't ever work on its own.
Yep.
So let's integrate it, let's upregulate it, let's get the whole system going as it's designed to go.
As it's designed,
with 6 million years of development.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing when we talked about ground force. It's like we're neurologically, and this is what I explained to, very basic sort of level, we're neurologically primed to work against gravity.
Yeah.
So, when our body understands the movement working against gravity, then it fires itself up a lot better than if we lock ourselves into a machine and then just hammer away at it. It's not very natural.
No.
And it's not the way that our body has evolved from when we were cells to fish swimming in the sea to whatever was the transition from then to where we are.
We've always been a reaction to the environment.
Reacted.
A reaction. Okay, so gravity, ground force, momentum, all these forces, even the forces within the body itself through breathing and the pressures and all that sort of stuff, create the development and the structure that the body needs.
Sure.
Okay, machines take all that away. Okay, they isolate everything. They put you into a dumb state of motion. Okay,
dumb.
We'll call it dumb because not much is going on. Nothing wrong with the exercise if it's there and that's what you want to do.
Yeah, if you want to make your muscles big.
But
look, I've never seen a bodybuilder ride a bike very well.
No.
And in fact, actually, I've got a little bit of story around that. And that was one of my friends used to be a bodybuilder, and he got into cycling. Largely built guy, and I used to be able to beat him sprinting. Yeah. And he couldn't believe that he couldn't understand how he could push a lot more weight. Like I'm not a big guy, and my sprint's not that amazing. Yeah. I could beat him in a sprint on the bike. Yeah.
But he has all this muscle.
And all this strength.
He can't do anything. Well, he doesn't really have the strength. He has slow strength.
Yeah.
Okay. But he doesn't have power.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't have efficiency in motion.
So I just said to him one day, I said, to solve this problem, you just got to get off the machines. Yeah. Onto some, decent. And the interesting thing was that he then was able to develop strength. Yeah. Yeah. And he was beating me in sprints.
Yeah. Functional strength, something that carried over to his cycle.
Carried over. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So unloading and loading.
All right. So I spoke about it already. Okay. Yep. Unloading, deceleration, eccentric lengthening. Yep. Okay. So that was loading. Sorry. Yep. So we call it loading because what happens is we know that muscle and fascia, has an elastic component to it.
Right, okay, like a rubber band.
Like a rubber band. Yep. It builds kinetic energy.
Yep, okay.
Okay? It can then use that kinetic energy, through that concentric phase, which is the unloading. So you load energy, kinetic energy, into the system, and then you unload it, okay? And then it switches off. Yep. Okay, so that's all loading is and unloading is. Okay, is lengthening the muscles first, so stimulates not only the proprioceptors but builds kinetic energy, and then the body will use it in an unloading phase, which is the acceleration. Okay, it's pretty basic mechanics, but that's how we work as a human body.
Sure. Now, I think we've covered off. I think we've really gotten into the depths of functional strength training and mobilisers. I think we've really hammered it out. Yeah. And it's just been fascinating. But let's talk a little bit about the gym here. So you've got a gym here. Yep. Now what's the unique thing about your gym? I mean, I know you named it Integrate Training. You got into this gym because I know you were working, at another gym for a while. Yep. Doing your apprenticeship.
For 12 years.
For 12 years.
I like long apprenticeships.
Yep. And you used to train trainers, and you still do that today, don't you? Yep. You train functional strength training to trainers. So you're training the trainer. Yep. And you obviously do, a little bit of. You've got a few clients, and obviously I've been one of your clients as well. Yep. And you got into this gym when did you? It was about
this gym 3? About 2008.
2008.
So about 4.5 years.
4.5 years.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
See, a lot of lost hair and greyness come on.
Yep. And so what's your philosophy around the gym that you've got here, and what sort of stuff are people, what are they doing?
Yeah. Okay. Look, just so you can understand, I'm going to compare what I know about another gym, which is all of about a few meters down the road from us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That gym has all the fixed machines.
Yep.
Okay. The single axis, single joint machines. They do have a bit of, deadlifting equipment and barbells, and they're full of treadmills and rollers and all that sort of stuff. Okay. Our studio, we've got a fair bit of space here, and I would say at least 50% of it is just space.
Yeah.
Okay, because for us to get the results we want from our clients, be it weight loss, reconditioning, rehab, whatever you want to call it, okay, we need to get motion occurring within our clients, and that requires space. It doesn't necessarily require equipment. Okay, because we've already got load, which is gravity, and it's ground force, and it's momentum, and the body itself. So there are our loads that we can use. We can add to them, but we don't need them. Okay, for certain things. If we want to develop power and stuff, we change the variables and add some stuff to it. Okay, so our gym evolves around a philosophy where movement is what we need. Movement is what is lacking in society today. Okay, our lifestyle is far more convenient than what we need it to be.
Sure.
We don't need to lift a finger to do anything these days. Everything's on our phones, our music, our photos, the internet. We can sit there and just tap away with our thumb. So this little thumb here gets most of the work all day long. Okay, we don't even talk to people now because we can just text them on Facebook or whatever. Okay, so we are so far removed from how we evolved to getting here, and it's really, it's accelerating at such a huge pace. We've got to accept that that's going to happen. That's part of our evolution. But what we do here is try to bring back what we came from, in that we are designed around motion, multi-directional motion, that the body is designed for. All right, so we have some machines because there still is a need for some people that they want to build muscle. Okay, so we have some traditional equipment. We've probably got about, I think we've got 3 pieces of equipment which I would consider traditional.
You've got a leg press down there?
I have got a leg press. I've had it for 4 years. I've never used it. But that doesn't mean I can't use it.
No. Sure.
Right? If a client comes and says, my goal is this, I want to do leg press. Okay, we'll do some leg press and then we'll move. Okay, so there'll always be a progression from going from something that's isolated into an integrated place. And that's why I use the name integrate, because I believe it in motion, it's got to be integrated. And with everything that we do, from our health, our diet, and our emotional well-being is all a linked, integrated system.
Understand.
All right. You impact on one, and we can do that by giving the body good motion. Like I said before earlier, you feel better emotionally. You will be better.
You feel better. You're going to feel better.
There is this link. There's this link between good movement and good feelings. Okay, you don't have pain, you don't have aches, you don't feel stiff. So therefore, you're going to be in a more positive mind. You're going to be more encouraged to get out and do stuff. Move a bit more, experience life a bit more.
Exactly.
Okay, and so that for me is key. That I can give my clients the comfort, or the confidence, I should say, in their body to do what they want to do.
Understand.
All right.
Now you do mainly one-on-one sessions, or you do like 2 people together. That's mainly and you've got personal. It's not just yourself down there.
No,
you've got
11 other trainers down there.
Because we're in a big room up here on top of your gym. That's why we've been hearing.
It's got synthetic grass.
That's got synthetic grass, but downstairs is where you've got your main gym, and this area up here is really for. I don't see a lot of machines up here. In fact, I don't see any.
No, there's no machines. And we're in the process of developing this area into a group fitness room.
Yep.
Okay, and we don't want machines because they don't allow us to move.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just get in the way. You'd bump into them.
Yep. So we use up here what we call functional training tools.
Yep.
Okay. The tools that allow you to move around everywhere, add a little bit of resistance and a little bit of momentum through whatever it is you're doing. Get the heart rate up, burn the calories you need, hydrate the system through good motion, have a bit of interaction with people, have a bit of fun, and enjoy activity again.